called YouTube's latest ban wave. I don't know anything about this. I never heard about this. What I do know is that recently YouTube's been looking at censoring video game content based on what the video game contains, and they're talking about like age restrictions and age verification bullshit again. So I don't know if this is related or not, but it might be. And BBQ chicken, yes, painted black. Oh my gosh. All right, 31 boop.
Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert! We got another.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to fix my captions here. I do want chicken though. I want barbecue chicken. That tastes good.
Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert! We got another classic YouTube blunder here.
Oh boy.
I imagine.
Is this an accidental ban wave?
A little bit from this, but
or is it a rogue actor? I wonder. It might be the AI too going rogue too.
There are tons and tons of channels on the platform being banned left and right.
Okay.
Very loosey-goosey here, and it seems to be AI moderation tools that YouTube uses.
Of course.
Going rogue. The ghost in the machine here.
Of course. Yep, that's what I thought. AI was given too much power, now they're fucking everything up yet again. Giant fucking L, YouTube. We want you to be better, not worse, for fuck's sake.
Made aware of this, and it seems like one of the first people to experience this, Patient Zero, was a YouTuber named Enderman, who is a tech channel.
Okay.
The reason being, my secondary channel has been terminated off of YouTube, as you can see. And obviously, I can do nothing about this.
Here's the thing about certain types of bans. There's multiple ways to ban people. And a lot of people might not realize this. That there are multiple ways to ban you. You can just target the account itself directly. You can target IP, which can sometimes accidentally hit more than the people you mean to. And also can be bypassed with VPN. There's also the region ban, which basically just says this whole country or this whole section of the world can't be here at all. China uses this all the time. Trying to think. There's also hardware bans. This is something I don't think people realize, is that your hardware has an IP number, or has an identifier number as well. And they can ban you with that too. So, if his second channel went down instantly, chances are it was probably like IP ban maybe. Or hardware, one of the two.
We're going to submit the appeal together and see how far it gets us now.
The reason for wait, Andrew Graves got removed. Is that Enderman's real name? I'm not familiar with this guy. I apologize. Here, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I got yappy again. I had one before. I mean, the region lock. Yeah, no, I understand that completely.
The reason being, my secondary channel has been terminated off of YouTube, as you can see.
Okay, yeah, Andrew, maybe.
I can do nothing about this. We're going to submit the appeal together and see how far it gets us now. The reason for this happening is AI. It wrongfully concluded my channel was...
Okay, so he actually has a video link up here. I just saw the little pop-up. Good on you, Charlie. I appreciate you, trying to offer him a helping hand here.
Associated with a channel that was terminated for 3 copyright strikes.
If we look at what Enderman has provided...
So, wait, his one channel got terminated for copyright strikes, and the other one got terminated by extension? So, is this one of those where just, like, where someone abused the fucking copyright system against him and just wailed at him 3 times at once? That's bullshit. They need to fix that so bad. Or 40 are dedicated yapping deer. Jeez.
Provided here, the reason for the termination here is this linked channel, which is a Japanese channel that is in no way actually associated with Enderman at all.
What?
It feels like it's a big old boo-boo here from the AI mod.
My second channel is not even linked to my first one. Beyond just, like, making sure the links are clickable, making sure you can get to either channel with a single click. Like, they're not connected on the back end. I guess technically they are, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, this is bullshit that they are linking it to. How much would I bet that this account that they linked it to was already banned by for some other reason? So I don't know what happened here. Holy fuck.
Moderation tools, and he is not the only channel that experienced this. There were a few other notable examples of channels also being linked to this Japanese channel falsely, and thus having their channel terminated as a result. It's anyone's guess why. Maybe that Japanese channel is like a yawn that's just contagious, and now it's spreading across YouTube, where for some reason on the back end, the AI has had a fucking conniption here and is associating like tons of channels on YouTube with that account, and then just immediately banishing them to the Shadow Realm.
With that account specifically? Yeah, this is definitely, how do I explain this? It's definitely an interesting hallucination that the AI is pushing itself on right now. So, for those who don't know, AI, part of why AI is bad, part of how AI functions is that it relies on, like, language model that's supposed to help with, identifying words and how to use it properly, I guess. The problem is that said language model creates hallucinations, which means sometimes the AI will think something is happening when nothing is happening. When nothing of what they're thinking is happening. And it's been one of the biggest inhibitors to AI, for better or worse. And it's causing a lot of problems, like here. I once got my friend a copyright strike because he re-uploaded an old Gmod video of mine with zero evidence. He had deleted the original video? Wow. Wow. Shame on you, Arska. I'm kidding. Listen. What you do with your friend doesn't really involve me, but that is kind of funny. Hi, Marcus. Welcome.
Which, in and of itself, is a huge problem, because why is there no human being coming to review a channel termination? Why would
good luck getting a human at all.
have that ability? Why would it be given that much unrestricted power and authority?
Yeah, because YouTube wants to get rid of, like just like Amazon, they want to get rid of as many humans as possible. Because they think AI is good enough to run the show, and it's not. It is absolutely not. Because on the other side of the spectrum, you have companies rehiring old employees that make shit because the AI is failing them. So I wonder how long it'll be until YouTube realizes that this is a farce. Oh fuck yeah, Penguin's ear, yeah. It's fucking hilarious, Jesus. YouTube building is no longer a manpower. How soon for it to get hacked entirely? Any day now, I guess. Any day now.
Where it could not only flag these channels for being linked to this channel, but then also ban them for it without a human being ever stepping in.
Right.
It's very concerning, because there is clearly a lot of wiggle room for errors with AI moderation. And it's not just with this linked channel epidemic here. We're going to get into a couple other examples. And of course,
this really boils down to there is no one moderating the AI. Because if you're going to let the AI moderate, you need to have someone moderating it that stops making errors like this. On top of that, it's possibly also responding to bad actors who are trying to abuse the system, and AI is unintentionally making it easier for them to do that. I don't trust AI, to be honest. No, I don't really trust it either. I've always said that it has potential to be good in specific areas, but YouTube is not one of those areas. Neither is it for art. Just because it can AI generate an image doesn't mean it's going to be good. It's not going to get you close to what you want. I mean, I like I've said before, I don't mind. Every so often AI will get it right with memes, but that's... I can only imagine how many prompts it took to get the meme, the meme example that you get. And that's really the big thing, is that you have to really baby it into what you want it to be. Which kind of defeats the point of having it in the first place, but you know. You could have just drawn it yourself. This makes Skynet look sane. Yeah. Yeah, it can generate these nuts in their jaw. They probably can.
Of course, we've already seen some in the past with it just kind of freaking out and going like bananas, actually just going ballistic for no reason. But in classic YouTube fashion, appeals are more useless than the hairs on my ass.
Yep.
So Enderman even made a video doing the appeals, which of course led to no results, which unfortunately is par for the course.
Unfortunately, the only way to get around this is to scream into the void and hope YouTube responds to the crowd getting mad at YouTube for it. That's unfortunately how they do moderation. I hate this too, by the way. Whenever there's something going wrong with a website, you can't get, and the tech support doesn't work, the only way you can seem to get a hold of them is either through Facebook or Twitter. I fucking hate that. If I can't contact a human representative through your website, you don't have a help support desk. Period. It doesn't matter how often you say that you do. You don't. Especially if I have to fucking call you. That's not gonna help either. Reminds me of a few weird AI gifs some people made of a couple TDLC characters. Oh god. Here, my own ass is more important, though. It keeps my ass warm. Exactly, Potato. Exactly.
I feel like I can count on one hand the amount of times, in my own personal experience too, that appeals have ever led to anything. Like, I've never even really heard whispers of someone having a successful appeal on my entire 18, 19, whatever-ish years on YouTube. It feels like that system just doesn't work. That's just all smoke and mirrors. Like, maybe the appeal system is there kind of as like an internal joke at the YouTube HQ.
It's probably there because they're required to have it for some weird legal thing, and then they just never use it because they don't feel like they need to.
Like, the appeals, once you finish filling them out, what it actually does is just print out a piece of paper that goes straight into the trash can at the YouTube HQ. Like,
it probably doesn't even do that.
It never actually leads to anything that I've ever experienced, nor ever heard of. It is truly just like, you do this only to reaffirm that a human being is not looking at it, or if they are, they're not actually giving a fuck and just maintaining the original ruling that may be incorrect. In this case, being linked to a Japanese YouTube channel that was terminated long ago.
Wow.
This kind of thing would take someone actually...
Yeah, that's what I thought, is that the fucking channel that they got linked to was terminated long ago, and somehow it got linked. I don't know how that happened. So either AI fucking blundered that hard, or someone is intentionally linking random channels to it in order to get rid of certain types of people. And then just letting AI go hog wild with the punishments. I don't know. That's the only two theories I can think of with that.
Is to realize it's a mistake. This is a big ol' whoops-a-daisy.
Whoopee.
But since the appeal system... it needs a drastic overhaul. It is just archaic, and I truly think that it
really
just
is
not even function the way it's advertised. It didn't work for any of these channels that were experiencing this termination, this wrongful termination. So they did the only recourse they could: make noise on Twitter. And I've said this for years.
I hate that.
The only way to get actual YouTube help.
And it's not just YouTube that has this as their only way to do anything. It's a lot of businesses, and that's scary. It's also frustrating because crying about it on Twitter is the least professional way of going about it. And I wish they just had a functioning internal system so that private business matters can be, fucking private. Oh my gosh. And it seems like every time that someone has to complain about YouTube on Twitter and whatnot, it's just one more bad mark against YouTube. So YouTube would benefit from a functional appeal system. They just, for some reason, just love taking L's up the ass.
For most channels on the platform, is to go make a big hoopla, big stink about it on Twitter or any other social media, because then they actually do see it, and then a human being does actually step in.
I hate this so much.
It takes them a very short amount of time to fix it. In this case, it did get solved. Enderman did get his channel back. Both of his channels got reinstated. It was very clearly a mistake that this happened in the first place, and the second a human being actually is alerted to it and does take the time to take a peek, it's pretty quickly resolved. But there's a couple of problems here. One, AI should not have the ability to ban channels.
Right.
That is a big no-no.
I don't think AI should have any access to moderation tools at all. At best, it should be allowed to see things and notify the help system, or, the actual team behind YouTube who's responsible for dealing with punishments and whatnot. It should be able to notify them that there's a problem, but it should be peer-reviewed by humans. It should be handled by humans. Moderation should be dealt with accordingly. And that should be the end of it. But it's not.
I think that is going to lead to catastrophic results in the future. We're already seeing some inklings here of that, being the dystopia we're heading towards. Like, you do not want to just let AI be the one to ban channels. A human being should always be included in the mega mix when it comes to that decision, without fail, period. Like, there should never be any reason AI can do that. And two, something's got to be done about the appeal system. It has got to be updated. Like, it has got...
Updated? It needs to be built, period. Like, they just built a shell company within YouTube and said, yeah, we have an appeal system. Meanwhile, there's just, like, nothing there.
To get better. This is it's just crazy that it's 2025 and appeals still just don't actually work. Because, again, look, Enderman and many others did make a lot of noise on Twitter. Someone at Team YouTube saw it, took them, a handful of hours maybe, and then reinstated both channels because they were very quick to realize, yeah, this is a mistake.
Jesus.
Why didn't that happen with appeals? Appeals, when you submit them, it's like a matter of minutes where they're like, no, it's rejected. Yeah, we re-reviewed everything. Yeah, you're super wrong. You're a fucking idiot. Actually, you're super ugly as well, by the way. Did I mention that? Rejected. We're maintaining the original fucking ruling. Like, it's obvious that no one actually looked at it. So, especially when it's like long-form videos, you'll submit an appeal for a video that's like an hour and a half long, and you'll get a response from YouTube on the re-review in like 15 minutes about like how you're stupid for even trying to appeal it. So that needs to be changed. That's two big problems. But this isn't the only instance of channels being banned willy-nilly recently. There's been a lot going on when it comes to channel terminations that don't make a ton of sense. Now, from what I've seen, a lot of these have been reinstated since this has become a big issue that a lot of people are talking about now, because it is concerning why so many channels are getting kind of banned out of nowhere for seemingly nothing.
Yeah, I think AI with moderation tools is just a bad idea. Please take it away. Please patch it out. If you need AI to keep track of things that might potentially need to be moderated, that's fine. But don't give it the power to actually moderate. It's just a bad idea overall.
Literally nothing when it comes to like this linked channel thing that was happening. Like, some of these terminations aren't even because of like a misunderstanding of the content they were producing. It was something that they did, like, literally was not even associated with anything about their channel, and still getting terminated. So it's caused a lot of alarm from people on the YouTube platform. And from what I've seen, some of them have been reinstated, but not all of them. There's also been a lot of bans for like this really weird enforcement of YouTube policies that don't really seem to apply. The big one has been like scams and deceptive practices, which I think right now is out of control on YouTube with ads. Like, the biggest culprit of
like, this is why I'm such a big advocate for ad blocker, because even though YouTube claims that you don't get views counted if you're using an ad blocker, I still say that if you really, really feel like you need ad blocker and you can use ad blocker, use it. Because it might hurt me, but at the same time, I'd rather people not have to experience AI-generated pornography ads. And I would rather people be able to have the best experience possible with my content. That's why that's another reason why I'm on Rumble. But I heard that they shove ads onto my videos too. I don't see anything from that. I don't have any control over those ads at all. So I can't do anything about that. Yeah, fuck ads. Unfortunately, I have to look for a bit. Okay, thank you, Lyric. Unfortunately for me, I have been depending on YouTube for funding a lot of my VTubing projects. It's been the only reliable source of income as far as like trying to get anything to work. I'd like to get to a point where I'm big enough that I don't have to rely on ads at all. But like I've said before, even if I went completely and turned all of my ads off completely, I feel like a lot of you would just have an unfettered amount of ads shoved into your face anyways, and I would see nothing from it. So it's really difficult to know how to approach this without making the experience worse for you guys, because at least by enabling the ads and keeping them and setting them a specific way, I can at least control how often you guys deal with it. But otherwise, yeah, I don't have any control over it if I just do nothing with it. Ads can be thrown over a tall bridge. I know. Advertisements has ruined everything. Nope. Hi, Rookie. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Of scams and deceptive practices are YouTube's own ads. I just made a video going over many of the AI ads on YouTube that are peddling.
Oh god, he did a thing about AI ads? Oh great. I know that mobile games were a big topic for like misinforming ads. Like there was a whole like, oh god, who was it? Saberspark, I think it was. He did a whole video reviewing. Oh god, it was a mobile game for like a garden game where you like I guess are unlocking mysteries in your garden that you inherited. It's like a merge game, I think. But the ads make it seem like it has such a deep mystery and crime, and there's like a true crime theme. And it somehow is more entertaining than the game itself. Yeah, those. I would support from YouTube, but I already wasted 2 years on premium for very little return, so I'd rather support here on Twitch, even if it isn't much. Hey, it is what it is. I always encourage people to do what they think is best for them. That's why I have things set up the way they do. Like, if you want to support me on Patreon instead of YouTube, that's available. Or vice versa. Or you could be here on Twitch. You know, I know a lot of people don't like Twitch. I myself am not really I don't really like Twitch that much either, to be honest. It offers a lot for streaming. It has a decent platform itself, by itself. But it's run by some pretty fucking awful people. With no sign of change in the near future, so... I just always encourage people to do what they think is best for them. Especially when it comes to supporting me. I don't want you guys to hurt yourselves or make yourselves uncomfortable trying to support me. Let's see. Where one of them, they're sitting on the washing machine, vibrate while drinking wine. Oh yeah, that one. That was another one. I don't know if that's the same game, though. I always hated those with the player just plays so poorly. Oh my gosh. Lily's Garden? Yeah, I think we're thinking of two different games, I'm not sure.
Legitimately fake products. Fraudulent advertising is plaguing the platform. That and like AI porn shit and like a lot of weird things have been advertised on YouTube directly that are...
I'm pausing again. I remember seeing an example of AI porn, not on YouTube itself, but on social media, because people were sharing it as like a what the fuck is this? I will be as vague as possible describing it, but basically, it literally would look like just an ass floating in midair doing nothing, but it was operating like a clear water fountain out of a window. That's it. It was nasty. The one with that crazy stories around the one girl with glasses was Lily Garden. Yeah, I don't know, because I remember there was a young lady, and then there was like a grandma who was acting like a true crime criminal. Like she's did something nefarious or something shit. I don't know if that was Lily's Garden or not. I don't remember.
Very much against YouTube's own terms when it comes to scams and deceptive practices. But those don't seem to be getting hit nearly as much as just channels that aren't actually promoting scams or deceptive practices. It's just really ass backwards right now. And I was reading from the community with some other channels. A lot of them were tech-based, where they were like showcasing different things in the tech sector that maybe the AI moderation tool was getting confused by, thinking that they were trying to promote workarounds for certain things, and they just immediately...
Oh, that's another thing, too, is that I think Microsoft was claiming they wanted to crack down on YouTube channels that were trying to provide fixes and workarounds for certain functions on Windows, when in reality... they really shouldn't be pushing half the shit that they're doing and forcing it on people in the first place. Because people wouldn't be, people would be more willing to work with Microsoft if they weren't doing that. Those mobile game ads are stupid. They probably still are. They probably are. I haven't seen people talking about it. It could also just be that so little has changed with those ads that there's nothing else to talk about.
Tap them down for it. I don't know. But either way, it is a problem. There, under no circumstances, should be the possibility for AI to just ban a channel, like outright. Even if a channel is in violation of rules and AI moderation tools flag it internally, a human being needs to be involved in this conversation about whether or not that channel needs to be banned. It should not be the AI that's the judge, jury, and executioner on it. That is a big problem.
That's dangerous.
And one that is highlighted big time with this wave of bans hitting the platform. So yeah, I wanted to yap about this for a little bit. It seems like it's getting resolved slowly but surely, and I really hope YouTube learns from this and
I doubt it. It's the video is just about over here. Listen, it does seem like that YouTube did not mean for AI to be this hog wild with its shit, but they really shouldn't have given it the power to moderate in the first place. Being able to identify things and informing a human that something's wrong would be about the extent of it, in my personal humble opinion. But I hope that YouTube at least gets this taken care of so it's no longer a problem. And I think they really do just need, and I agree with Charlie, I think they really do need to put a... They need to get a freaking appeal department going, because they haven't had one, I don't think. I don't think they've had one for a while now. It's just been screaming into the void on Twitter and hoping people fucking help you out. Which is bullshit that we have to rely on social media for that, but it is what it is, I guess.